Well, Ricky, the bravery of that win just said a lot about your club and what's driving these guys.
Yeah, it does. I know what's inside there, inside that jumper, and we saw that tonight. I was very proud of that effort. It was courageous. It was a very, very tough win.
You spoke last week about the Bulldogs win and how much you just needed a win, but do you feel like that sort of carried into this week's performance, just the confidence, I guess, around the job?
We played better. We completed and we kicked well. We played better. There was games at the start of the year that we were making under 12, under 14 age group errors, and it's not good enough at this level. But we played better football.
Zach Walford, you must have been really happy.
Yeah, I was very, very happy for Zach. It was responsibility of all of us to make his first game a memorable one. I'm sure he'll remember this one because he had a wonderful contribution. He was very good tonight. He probably could have played a little bit more minutes at the start of the game, but I knew I was going to need him at the back end.
When did you know he was going to be playing, Brett?
Big one.
When did you know he was going to be playing?
He got a clearance from the NRL yesterday at 10:30, just before we trained.
What sort of made you want to start him as opposed to bring him off the bench, I guess, for Tommy?
Well, that was the confidence I had in bringing him into the team. He had good control around the ruck, and there was never any lack of confidence in Zach.
What about the Sydneys, Ricky? What did you make of that? Obviously, the adversity you had, you were down 11 man, you had 3 blokes in the bench, so you played 30 minutes with at least one down. But what did you make of it?
There was a lot of other things that I'll be talking to Jared about very early in the week, and I think this is a wonderful concept here, Magic Round. I actually believe we need one in New South Wales and Queensland in the 1 year. It's just the last 24 hours I've had here meeting kids and the fans of other clubs. Everyone's very respectful. It's a pleasure to be here, which is why I think it's so good for our game. And for the sake of it, I don't want to be publicly talking about it.
What about you? I think Finucane took a carry and he kind of bounced off Papa. Did you feel a bit hard done by that?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I don't think I could have done much in that situation. It were pretty late contact, and I thought it was pretty harsh, to get the sin bin. But they'll look at it and judge me through the week, so hopefully I'll be all right.
What about the kicking game for all? I mean, obviously, Katoa, you're targeting him, and he had a nightmare under those bombs by Frawley, but he was just landing them on a dime. I mean, was that a tactic? Did you realise the sun was there going to be the problem because he couldn't see any of the kicks as they went up?
No, look, I think something we spoke about all week. We wanted kicking out left corner to stop that threat on their left with Talakai and stuff. So Frawley did a great job this week against them, and it's only one win. We need to continue this run now and back it up against South. So not getting carried away. We're staying humble and we'll work hard to get the win against South.
Ricky, you've had a few leads this year. Obviously today was a start to finish. Is it something you addressed, and how did you address it?
Yeah, it's funny you ask that question because we've been talking about it a lot, but we sat down with our leaders this week and did some work on our mindset from a psychological point of view. But in a nutshell answer, 19 and 20, when we had all our experienced spine, all our experienced players on the field, and we had the majority of our season, we didn't have a lot of disruption with injury. That was our bread and butter. We were winning games. We were coming back and winning games, or we're holding leads. When it's happening at the moment, it's very hard for me to come out honestly and say what I believe it is, because it might affect individuals, might affect team dynamics. So I've just got to answer it with a vague type of answer. We've got we've got no real cohesion in our spine. We bring Zach in again yesterday at 10:30. Brad's played his 9th or 10th game. Frawls has just come back into first grade through Jack's injury. Chance didn't start the season well, and now he's finding a little bit of form again. So, you know, all I keep hearing today about was the disruption to Craig's side last night, losing his 7-1. Well, we can see what happened to their dynamic there from an attacking point of view. It's knocked us around for the last 18 months. Now, this happened last year to us when there was disruption to our 7-1. I think I've said it a number of times throughout the course of last year that Jack had to play with 5 different fullbacks last year. If you don't have that cohesion and talent in those positions, it's a tough struggle at this level, coaching and playing at the NRL. And that's getting to my answer to you. Those senior boys, they help you hold on to leads because they're experienced at it. You've got to experience it to improve and be better at it.
So is that like a small psychologist?
Yeah, we've got Chris Horsley who works with us from a consultancy point of view, and it hasn't been just this week. You know, we've been dealing with this for the past 8 or 9 weeks, and not just when we've lost one. You know, we deal with it all the time in regards to different types of scenarios and mentalities you need from a mindset point of view. But you know, you can now go back and work off this and say, well, these are the scenarios that work for us. What was your mindset in this situation? So the younger players will benefit from this tonight.
Cheers.